think of when I think of community. Community is what you make it. As a transfer from the Bronx downstate to upstate New York, this is where I make my home. When we think about the library, a lot of us think about books, but we are going beyond the books. And what exactly is your experience at the library? What does the library mean to you? How do you utilize it? How do you culminate that with your community and your awareness and your peace? We hope you gather that from this series of more to come. My name is Antoinette Lawson, and the N stands for Nyan, Nyann. Something very unique for a unique person. It's something I inherited from my mom. Her father gave it to her as a nickname, and she actually put it on my birth certificate. And that is something that everyone wants to know. Antoinette Nyan Lawson. All my life I've been that way. I've been a daredevil, I've been a risk taker, always jumping into my mom's stuff, always telling stories. I've always been a great storyteller. I've always been a person of care. But I remember back when I was in high school, I got sick, so I missed a couple of days. I was on honor roll, but obviously if you're not in school, you can't be on honor roll. You got to be there to actually continue up with the grades. So I had to go to summer school, I had to go to night school. I still graduated on time, but I'll never forget when my advisor told me, you're not going to make it. Your best bet would be to go to community college. So, you know, how many Antoinettes have sat in that same position where someone that's supposed to be advising them to be their best is trying to bring out the worst in them? Why would I just settle for community college if that's not what I wanted to do? Now, there's nothing wrong with staying in your community, but there's something wrong if you're staying there for the wrong reasons. So I didn't listen to her. I went on and I got my associates. I went to SUNY Cobblestone. From there, I went to UAlbany. In 2005, I self-published my first book called 10 Sure Signs You're Not Dating 101. And a few years after that, someone said, hey, you should write a play. People think because you can do one thing, you can do everything. It's not so easy to write a book. It's not so easy to self-publish a book, nor is it that easy to write a play. But I went on and I did all of those things. And I always just try to say, where do you go from there? Sky is beyond the limit. They say sky's the limit. You go further and further. You just go till you feel like you can't go anymore. And then when you feel like you can't go anymore, you keep going. We have educators here. We have social workers here. We have people here that's in the caring space. So briefly, I'll just ask you to look to your left. Look to your right. Now, how comfortable would you be sharing a secret right now, your deepest, darkest secret that you probably never told anybody? Just a show of hands if you feel comfortable. I didn't see one hand go up. Just FYI, just one hand that went up, right? So these ladies are here, including myself, pretty much bearing a soul, because these are secrets that they held for 20 years, and this is a space, this is why I do what I do. They feel safe to share it here tonight, not with their best friend, not with their mother, not with their auntie, with all of y'all. When we came together and we did secrets before, because sometimes, right, when you come to see like a part 2 or a continuation of something, you feel like you're out of the loop, but it's just a continuation, because we're talking about different traumas and we're talking about healing, and it's a continuation. So last time we talked about struggles of domestic violence. Just because we talked about it then doesn't mean it's not an ongoing problem now. Today, we are sharing our secrets. And if you notice, you don't have a playbill. You don't have a playbill because what's a secret? Something that you don't want to be told, or something you don't know is coming. So if you knew what was coming, it's not a secret, right? And I think people forget that too. We have our best friends, and they say, don't say anything. It's a secret. Then you tell the next person, don't say anything, it's a secret. But in your heart, the information is so heavy. Sometimes you don't mean to mislead that trust, but it's so heavy and you need somewhere else to put it. So sometimes, right, we have to be honest with each other. Even though we're going to be there for that person, we have to tell them we can't be there. And that's hard. Somebody asks you a question, you don't know the answer. You want to come up with it, right? What's 2 plus 2? 12. Wait, it is? Right. You That you don't say, I don't know. We don't say that anymore. How comfortable is it just to say, you know what? I don't know, but let me find out somebody who does. That's why we're supporters. That's why we're providers, because we're providing the information that we always can. I don't care if you have a PhD. You're not the end-all. You're not the be-all. There's always going to be something that stumps you. Information changes, like right now. By the time that I came in here, we got new information. So I want you to be careful when you have somebody's secret. If you know it's something that you're not capable to hold, be honest enough with them to say, I love you enough to let you know that this is too heavy for me. Or before you even tell me, I know I'm not good with secrets. I can't help it. I'm a blab. All my life I've been that way, and I'm not going to change. So I'm not going to use you as the example and change. Because then you tell that person secret, what happens? It turns into gossip. Because the next person that you tell, they might not tell it the way you tell it. And they may not tell it with the same intentions that you had. They might tell it in front of a group of people. Girl, I know it's only 8 of us in here, but this is between the 8 of us. How you expect 8 people to hold a secret when you wasn't supposed to even be the one telling the secret? We got to be mindful of that. We got to be careful of what we're doing when we're telling secrets. So when we move forward, and I said when you hear this play, we're talking about secrets and the trauma and how it relates to substance abuse and how it deals to unhealthy relationships and what that looks like. So I'm going to be the first person to share my secret. But before I share my secret, I just want to make sure everybody remembers to silence their phone. And you know that the exits are here to the left. There's another one to the right, or stage right, stage left, depending on what side you're looking at me from the stage. If you need to leave during the scene, we just ask that you leave quietly. We know it's a little creaky. Remember, this is live theater, this is the educational theater, and we're here for you. So we thank you. Which brings me to April 2019. I had to have emergency surgery because what I found out was that I had a mass or a tumor the size of a fist, and I had to get emergency surgery. And they said at the time they were unsure what it was. But to be hearing all of these things, to go into an ER, you know, the ER was already like, because you're around all of these strange people, and then you're around these strange doctors because they're not your primary doctor, so everything is different to you. The people around you, the people that's introducing themselves to you, and these are the people that you have to put your life in and say, I have to trust you because I'm in the ER, and if I have to have emergency surgery, I pray that the surgeon that gets me is going to be a good surgeon. And before you know it, it was like when they say your life flashes before you in a blink of an eye. That's kind of really what happened. We came back in, he said, we have to do emergency surgery. Now, hearing this, you might understand what emergency surgery means, but never having surgery before, it sounded a little foreign to me because I started feeling a little bit better because obviously I'm in the hospital, so they gave me medication to feel better. So in my mind, I thought that I was to get up, make an appointment, and then come back. But he said, no, you give me your permission. This is happening today, right now, tubes, everything, all at once, the whole gamut. It went.
How you feeling again?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jamie. Good morning.
Okay.
I'm sleeping again.
You going back to sleep?
I'm already sleeping.
You already sleeping? You sleeping now?
Still feel like,
A little bit?
so I feel like I'm still sleeping.
Oh. What set you drinking?
Tea with cream. It took me good, not like how you do me home with milk. They give me good stuff. They give me cream.
Wow, you so disrespectful.
I told her you give me the good stuff. Yeah, cream. She always put milk in my tea.
She's so disrespectful.
And hours later, I was in emergency surgery. And before I went into emergency surgery, what they were telling me was that they didn't know how much of my colon they would have to remove and what that would look like. Rather, I would have to have a bag, all of these different things. So before I went in, I had anesthesia. I didn't know what the outcome was looking like, but it wasn't looking positive. So here we come. I'm out of surgery, my arms are flaring, but I'm under this heavy medication. So in my mind, my arms are not flaring. My arms are just simply trying to reach out, and I wanted to write to someone on a hand, bag, B-A-G, but that wasn't the case. I was flaring and doing all these different things, and finally the outcome was the surgery went well. No, you don't have to have a bag, and the process of recovery. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm walking, look. Don't look at my butt.
I got your front and your side. You moving faster than me.
That's the last walk. I'm slowing down.
Take a video and then you move.
Taking my video.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm ready. You ready to make me a movie star?
Girl, I've been doing that since you dropped the phone.
It's gonna be like a bad B movie then.
You said
A docu. What do you call it?
documentary.
You know, they call it like a new thing, a docu or something. I don't know. I'm not here with the lingo.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a bad little bio, and we talking all in the video. So
So you gotta stop talking.
you stop talking to me. It's too late now, anyway.
Okay. It's like my video. I just want to be a celebrity. Be a YouTube sensation. But I probably have to have a YouTube account first for that. Insta famous. Facebook famous. I just want to be.
You wanna lay on back or no? You okay?
I don't want to cry. Lay on back. Wait, tell
No,
me
I
when
mean like
That's not gonna help. Only
So you
Jesus
wanna
will do.
stay?
Tell me when to breathe
Yeah.
in. Oh
count on
shit.
3, okay?
One,
1, 2,
two.
3. Take a deep breath for me. Okay, done.
Oh, it wasn't that bad today. I was expecting like
Oh, this is your first time?
no,
You're
girl, what?
No, sometimes the
Yeah, no,
back helps.
I got
People
three.
go.
I got 3 more to go,
Oh, great.
and this out of 9. This was the only one that felt pleasant. Good morning, everyone. Today is day 2, I guess, continuation 2 of round 2 of treatment. That's what I call it. Some people call it chemo. I call it treatment because I believe language is so powerful, and the things that you put into your universe is what you receiving back into your personal universe, and the language you use will really make you or break you. You wake up saying, I don't feel pretty today, I'm ugly, or whatever it is. Rather, you are personally going through something as strong and unique as cancer, or if it's something as simple as you going through a bad breakup. No matter what it is, it's the language. When we go through different things, we look at ourselves differently. We go through a bad breakup and we tell ourselves it's our fault, or what can I do better for him, not what can I do better for me. So today's a little, I'm just feeling gratitude. So just woke up. I spoke to my sissy. She told me to be as organic as possible. So this is organic. If you were standing next to me, I don't know how organic. You may say my breath smell. I just did it. You know, you don't wake up, you don't, every day is not pretty. I'm not trying to put on a fashion show. I'm just me, and this is my second treatment. The first treatment, all you see is just like pictures, because I just got off the phone with my sister and my mom, and we decided to start making videos. So what better way to tell a story than your own story about my own journey? Moved that and wound up, I have stage 3 colon cancer, which is still a good chance, good fighting. As one doctor said, it's not, it's not as good news as stage 2, but it's not stage 4. You're right in the middle. And I just decided to grab myself together, talk to my mom. It was really my mom who really told me what we needed to do. We needed a second opinion, which led me to go on a Clubbian Presbyterian. Great story. I was at a low point at that time because it was so unexpected, but my mother's never wavered. I never see her cry. I always see her happy. And she said, why be sad for something you know is going to be okay? You only cry when you don't think things are going to be okay. So here we are.
Morning. Well, I'm here to speak about my daughter's journey through the process that she went through. For many years, I held her hand, starting from here as a baby to here. These are her many stages to now. When we first heard about it in the hospital, April, it shook her foundation. Let me say it shook all of our foundation. It was hard to hear, but even harder to deal with. During the course of the process with her staying in the hospital, I seen her go through a lot. And all I could do is pray for her and hope that she will get stronger and never break. I told her when she first heard about it, you're allowed to cry one time. And that's it. Then after you cry, you let it go and you get ready to buckle down and you battle. You battle with all that's in you, all that God has gave you, and all that I continue to give you. Because as a family, we're going to beat this. No matter what came through it, you're coming through it. At the end of the tunnel, that light is all on you. You are blessed, you are glorified, and you are favored. Because when this type of situation hits a family, it doesn't hit that one person. It hits everybody. You all buckle down as a united front, as a family, and you love hard. Because for each second, each minute, each day, that's a blessing. That's a glorified blessing. From day one, when I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter, that was a blessing. And each and every day of her life with me is a blessing. And she continues to bless me more and more. She blessed this family more and more. And she grows more and more. And she knows now there's nothing that anybody can throw at her, toss at her, try to skip at her, or come her way that she cannot defeat. Because she is a warrior. She was born that way, and she will continue to stay that way. Also now, she has grown to be an entrepreneur, and y'all know her now as Women with Voices. She sells mass chains, and her new venture is her socks. We thank you.
So here we are. This is my beer my baby got me when I was in the hospital. I think that is so important. If you care about somebody and they care about you, I think that makes the journey that much better. This is my mom. Can you see, Mom? Are you in the camera? She makes me breakfast when I'm down here. That's okay. This is my mama. This is real life. Broke her glasses, and she's not going to go do anything about it because she got to make sure I'm good. So she's going tomorrow. That's my rock. We have to go because I have to eat. Sometimes you lose your appetite. I have pills for that too. I have this. You take that every 8 hours. And anything that I do, I try to do naturally and organically. The only time I take something if I haven't found the remedy to do it organically and I need instant relief. And right now, I can't afford to be throwing up. I need all of my weight back. We'll talk about that journey when I lost my weight and how I was feeling. And FYI, my hair is not falling out. I decided to take advantage of my own life, and I cut my own hair because I felt like the energy that I had in my hair was toxic from other people being in my hair that I didn't want in my hair. I'm a big believer in energy, and I also believe in looking good as well. So when I decided to do this process, I said, I'm not going to have the energy to be twisting my hair. I had my afro. What am I going to do? And if in fact, because they do tell you that, everybody process is different. Your hair, they said it may or may not come out, right? But I didn't want to go into the, if it did come out and it has to fall in my hair. And I always take advantage of my own life first. So I decided to do this way before I had the treatment. So now, like I said, we're in treatment too.
Okay.
You ready?
We're
Okay,
live
let's
with
go.
Antoinette. She's gonna go ring the bell. They're clapping already. You didn't even ring the bell yet.
Ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell.
See, they all know. We gotta
Where's George? George! Where's George? George around? You want to get in? You want to get in there?
Okay.
Okay. You're right.
Read it loud. Yeah, read that bell, baby girl. She's crying over there. Read the phrase.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Save it for last.
Okay.
Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Act like it's your party.
Celebrate today. Today, as I ring this bell,
Breathe it
it signals the close of one chapter and the start of another. I ring once for all I have endured.
Ring once. Side, side. To the side. There you go.
I ring twice to celebrate today. And I ring once more for the future. And you broke the bell!
She did it right. She broke it. She broke it good.
Thank you, everybody.
You can't hide. You can't hide. You gotta give them back their ringer.
Don't bill me for that.
All right. Oh, go get
There
mine.
you go.
All right, go get mine. Get in there. Oh, go get in there.
Oh, that's how
Oh,
That's the baby.
That's what I
That's
love.
the baby.
Oh my God, love the crown.
Did you see her sad? Fabulous.
Hey, where you going? Her mom really got them ready.
Still going.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll fix the bell. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you all. My
Congratulations.
team, my crew. Love you all. Thank you.
And now we fast forward to today. It was about a 7.5-month process. I am stage 3 cancer free, and what a process. And when things happen to us in life, the first thing that we say is, why me? We don't say thank you. Who says thank you for hardships? Who says thank you for hard times? We say thank you when we get a raise. We say thank you when we have a good bill of health. But we never say thank you when we get a bad bill of health. I think what I learned from this process is to keep going. And you don't realize how strong is till you become that person. When you are an outsider looking in, you can always do 1,000 things. You can always say what you would do, but you never know what you're going to do till you're actually that particular person. Analogy I always love to use is that you don't appreciate your right leg until you realize that the left is going to go. Don't wait for that moment. Appreciate everything that you have around you while you have it. Don't wait for the loss to realize what you have. Women with Voices, LLC is a theater production company that talks about empowerment. And I look forward to bringing my story, other women's stories of empowerment through educational theater. And each time that there is something going on theatrical with Women with Voices, LLC, it's to empower our community. It's to empower overlooked communities, because there's so many things that get overlooked in such communities. And if we don't start speaking up and addressing these issues, I don't think there'll ever be a chance for us to address the issues. When they say power is in numbers, that is a living truth. I thank you all for sharing your journey with me, and may we continue the journey together.
little dance.
Like a boomerang.
Get fun tonight.
Oh.
Come on, my darling. Come on, my baby.
All right, I think we're good. Perfect.
And these are my glorified baby pictures right here. Look at her. Yes, Lord. Oh, this is me and her. We're twinning, as we always do. My little twin, that's my baby girl. Here she go again. This is her. These are all the stages that you see before she reached womanhood. Oh, and we all know she loves drama. This is her doing her thing. Always in front. I love it. What else we got? Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I grew up listening to. I'm really like, what a whack job. Making undercooked cakes in my easy bake oven and lip singing. Mom, eat it. Why are you sick, Mom? Because I ate your undercooked cake.
I would say start with the door closed.
Yeah.
And then I come out.
Yep. And I'm gonna be set up.
Ready?
Welcome to our first series of Women Beyond the Books. The how?
Me too.
I don't know. It really happened. Liberty, can I just riff?
All right, right now we're doing a test. We're
Okay.
recording right now. So let's do a quick hi. My name is
Joe.
And you are watching.
And I work in the button factory. You know? No? Okay. That's what I thought of. Okay, so what am I doing again?
Hi, my name is, and you are watching.
Hi, my name is Antoinette, and you are watching Antoinette.